I want you to ask yourself a question. If your life was the exact same as it is today in 1 year's time, how would you feel? Personally, if I ask myself this question, I like my life. My life is pretty cool. I think the things I do are pretty fun and exciting and interesting. There are other people that might disagree, but I like my life. I like the things I do with my life. But if my life were to be the exact same in 1 year's time, 1 year from now my life was the exact same as it is today, day to day, I'm doing the same thing, working the same jobs, going to the same places, talking to the same people, I would be pissed. Because I am happy with my life. I'm not content. I can enjoy the things I have, I can be grateful for what I have, but understand at the same time that I do not want this for my future. I want better things. I want better and bigger things through and through. The money I make now is good money for my age, technically, right? If you look at the average income of a 16-year-old, what I make is pretty good, considering most 16-year-olds are in school 5 days a week. But for a 16-year-old who works full-time or is out of school, I make pretty decent money, right? I make about 50 grand a year. 50 grand a year for a 16-year-old is a pretty good income. But if I were in 1 year to still be making 50 grand a year, I would be furious. If in 5 years I was making 50 grand a year, I would be miserable and furious. You need to go through your life with a happy but not content mindset. Be grateful for the things you have, but also at the same time understand there is better out there. I'm 16. I've been trying to make money since I was about 12. I've been trying to sell things in school, selling lollies in school, recycling cans and bottles, working on farms and properties and rural country properties. I've done all sorts of things, working jobs and hustling and trying to make money and selling shit since I was 12 years old. I'm now 16. I've just started a new business. I'm renting out lawnmowers via Facebook, my new business, and it's incredibly hard work. I have to post on Facebook. I have to post on Instagram. I have to take photos. It's extremely excruciatingly hard work. I have to type on my phone lots. It's hard. It's a tough life. I might start a GoFundMe, but if my life were the same in a year, I would be mad because I believe in constant progress. Even if I do work, I go to my job, work 10 hours, I travel home, which I catch the bus and the train most days, so it only takes me about an hour average to get home from my job, depending on which job I'm at. If I say on certain days it takes me 10 minutes, certain days it's an hour and a half, certain days it's 45 minutes. Also it takes me about 45 minutes to get home from work. Then I go to the gym, I walk the dog, whatever. If in 1 year's time my life was the same, I would be miserable because I have not made progress. The most painful thing for me is seeing time go by and it being wasted. For example, about 8 days ago, I had a new business idea. I was sitting in my boss's car and we were driving from the factory that I work in to this job site about an hour and a half away. And we're in the boss's brand new car, sick car, and we're sitting there driving, or he's driving, and we're just talking about money and business and finance and a whole bunch of random stuff, politics and, rich people shit, money and politics. And I had this idea. I mentioned something and he mentioned something and I mentioned something. He said, yeah, you should look into this. And then it was sort of just a back and forth, and I had an idea to rent out compactors. Compactors is like a little machine and it sort of vibrates, and it's got like a big plate on the bottom and it has weights in it, and it compacts down dirt and gravel and stuff. And I had the idea was to buy one and rent them out to people, hire them out on daily. I decided that was too expensive, so I decided to go to lawnmowers. So what I did was I started messaging people on Facebook straight away, organised to buy one tomorrow, went to work. Actually, no, I've messaged them. The lady messaged me back at 9 a.m. and by 1 p.m. I was pushing it home and I paid for it. Bought a lawnmower, set up a Facebook page, got some stuff going. But then, for the next 3 days, I didn't get photos of it, so I couldn't advertise. I didn't have any photos. So I didn't have any photos for the profile picture, for the advertisements, whatever. And for 3 days, I would leave the house in the morning before the sun was up fully. The sun was starting to come up. It's 6:20. The sun's starting to come up, but it's not daylight yet. And I wouldn't be home. I'd go to work, catch the train back, catch the bus, go to the gym, and I'd come back and be 6:37 and it's dark again. I wasn't at home during daylight hours for those 3 days. And I was at my job, And I was getting mad because it had been 3 days and I'd made no action and no progress towards this business. So I ended up texting my mum and paying her $10 to get a bunch of photos of the mower, and I got things done. And because I was discontent with wasting time, 3 days, and I was mad, I was genuinely uncomfortable that I had wasted those 3 days. Now, did I actually waste them? Technically, no, I was working every day, going to the gym, buying crypto. But in this business, I wasted those 3 days. And I ended up being really annoyed. So I got the photos taken. I organised someone to do a flyers job. I organised my stuff. And within another 4 hours, I'd sent a bunch of messages, finished my job, got the Facebook page up, started posting, started advertising, organised some things to be done, and I was rolling, and I was up for business. In 4 hours, I'd say a combination of maybe 8 to 9 hours from start to finish of actual time put in across a week, and I had this business going. The first 3 days, I was like, I have an idea, I have to act fast, I have to act now, I have to be instant action taker. He gave me this idea, this guy who's a millionaire, sold multiple businesses, successful dude, right? I had this idea, I'm not going to sit here and blunder this chance. So I, straight away, action, organise things, research, set it up, get it going, buy the mower, get the equipment, get ready to go, and then sat there for 3 days. And I was furious. And again, 4 hours, get it done, get it set up, get it set up. Since then, it's been 2 days. I've been posting, advertising every day, setting up Instagram, linking things, setting up a whole bunch of stuff, systems, hiring my brother, doing all sorts of stuff. And it's going good. I haven't made any sales yet, but we're 2 days into the company, so calm yourself down. But the key to the reason I've been able to get most of this business set up in basically 8 hours was that I was discontent with wasting time. I needed progress to happen. I needed things to be done. I wasted 3 days and it made me furious. And so four more hours of, in between tasks, I left my job, walking to the bus stop, doing this stuff, sitting on the bus, setting things up, got home after dinner, sat at my desk like 11, getting things done. I was discontent with wasting time. I was happy with my life, but I was not content. I was not content with wasting time. I was not content with my bank balance. I was not content with the business I had. I was not content with the fact that I had started this and not finished it. I was not content with the fact that I had this idea and this dude who is a successful guy had given me this idea, said I should look into it, and I wasn't looking into it enough. I wasn't content with where I was at, so I fixed that problem by taking progress, taking action, and making progress. I got it done because I was happy, not content. Be happy, don't be content. There's no please subscribe, no check the link in my description, no buy my products, if you see what I've done there. Have a good day, make progress, take action, and have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.